Look at me. I want you to really look at me and hear what I am about to say to you, because this is the moment you stop letting guilt dictate your financial destiny. You have worked hard your entire life. You saved, you sacrificed, you passed up the vacations, you drove the older cars, and you did everything right to build a nest egg so that you could face your retirement years without fear. But now that you are here, or right on the doorstep of it, a new fear has crawled into your heart. It is a quiet, heavy guilt. You look at the money you accumulated, and you feel this overwhelming obligation that you cannot touch it, that every single dollar must be preserved so you can hand it down to your children when you pass away. You are literally depriving yourself of the life you earned because you are terrified of being perceived as selfish. Let's get real right now. Where did this guilt come from? It comes from a fundamental misunderstanding of what true financial freedom and security actually mean for a family. You are sitting there thinking, if I go on that cruise, or if I buy that retirement home, or if I simply spend my wealth to enjoy my daily life, I am stealing from my children's future. That is a lie, and it is a lie that is keeping you powerless. You have to ask yourself the ultimate question: what is the greatest financial gift you can actually give to your adult children? Is it a lump sum of money 30 years from now when they are already in their 50s or 60s? No. The greatest gift you can ever give your children is your own financial independence. It is ensuring that as you age, you will never, ever have to look at them and say, I need you to pay for my long-term care, or I need to move into your spare bedroom because I ran out of money. When you refuse to spend your wealth on your own security and health out of a desire to leave an inheritance, you are playing an incredibly dangerous game. You risk drawing down your assets in an unplanned, chaotic way later in life, which actually increases the odds that you become a financial burden on the very kids you are trying to protect. I want you to think about the reality of longevity today. I always tell you to plan as if you are going to live until at least age 95 or 100. If you live a long, beautiful life, how old will your children be when they inherit your money? They are going to be retirement age themselves. They will have already gone through their most expensive years, raising their own kids, paying off their mortgages, building their careers. Leaving them a pile of cash at that stage of their lives does not change their trajectory nearly as much as you think it does. But do you know what does change their trajectory right now? Seeing their parents happy, healthy, robust, and completely self-sufficient. Every time you deny yourself a comfortable life because you are hoarding cash for a future date, you are letting fear rule your household. And you know what I always say, fear is the main ingredient in financial disaster. Let's talk about what happens when you hold on to accounts like traditional IRAs or 401ks just to pass them down. The tax laws have changed dramatically over the last few years. The Secure Act completely wiped out the old stretch IRA rules. Now, when your non-spouse beneficiaries, your kids, inherit those retirement accounts, they are legally required to empty that entire account within 10 years. Every single penny they withdraw gets added to their taxable income. If your kids are in their peak earning years when you pass away, and they inherit a massive traditional IRA that they are forced to liquidate in a decade, you are handing them a gigantic tax bomb. Uncle Sam is going to take a massive bite out of that wealth you starved yourself to save. Is that what you want? Of course it isn't. So how do we fix this? How do you rid yourself of this guilt once and for all? You change the way you define giving. If you have the financial abundance where you know your retirement is fully secure, meaning your monthly expenses are completely covered, you have your emergency fund, and your long-term care plan is completely locked down, and you still want to help your kids, then do it while you are alive. Do it now, when it can actually make a difference in their lives, and when you can be standing right there to see the joy it brings. Help them down pay a house today. Help pay off their high-interest student loans today. Fund your grandchild's 529 college savings plan today. That is active, purposeful giving. That allows you to see the impact of your wealth, and it ensures that the money is being used wisely when they need it most, not decades from now. But if you do not have that kind of excess wealth, if your calculations show that spending your money is what keeps you independent and safe from age 65 to 95, then you spend that money on yourself without one single ounce of regret. Your children do not want your money at the expense of your well-being. They want you safe. They want you protected. Stand in your power, understand your worth, and realize that you have already given them the ultimate inheritance, the example of a parent who lived responsibly, saved wisely, and had the courage to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Be still, know that you are enough, and let that guilt go today.